I guess normally, remember, we are placing the blueprints in a blueprint folder, but I think in this situation, it's better to have the animation blueprint in this individual
Right.
folder. Right?
Okay, so the animation blueprint, is that a file we're going to make, or is that what these are?
Yeah, we will create one.
Okay.
Right click there
Yeah,
and
should I make a
animation.
folder?
No.
Okay.
Animation.
Yeah,
And
animation blueprint.
it
Sweet.
will ask you the skeleton and the parent class. So we will use anim instance and that skeleton, yes.
Okay.
Name it character animation instance.
What's going to
BP.
be... Is this the thing that governs what goes to what, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so
It handles a lot. I mean, it's difficult to.
Okay, so...
Since they call it animation instance, I often call it like character anim instance.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. Okay, and that's our dark orange color. Okay, let's open that up, shall we? Also, just going to save project. Save this quickly. Does it not let me just save and get rid of that stupid star that's bothering me at the top?
Yeah, at this
This is
point,
the level, is it?
I usually close the editor and make it save everything.
Yeah, just in case. Not that we have no trust. Oh, I didn't capitalize the test map. It's fine. Life goes on. Okay, so yes, I've seen this screen long ago. We have our output pose. This is it. But I can't remember how anything else works. So it's telling us about the skeleton and the mesh it's using, I guess, at the moment. We can change between different animations up here. And it's showing us our physics asset that we've got over here as well. Okay, what are we doing in this screen then, Bora?
Yeah, okay, so we should head back to the test map thing and create a blend something file. Blend space, blend, what was it called? I don't remember. Like we did for the animation, yeah. Blend space.
Blend space here?
Yeah, actually we could use the 1D version, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We can change it
Yeah,
later.
let's do the normal one for now then, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here's the skeleton we're using. EP character blend space.
No.
No? Okay.
So I don't think we need to BP this one. Like I would call it something like character idle walk run.
Okay, so this is the thing where you transition between thing, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you remember this one.
I remember briefly seeing that where you move it and it changes between the different ones.
So
Okay.
you simply drag and drop the animations into that area where they belong to. Yeah, walk first.
Gotta walk before you can run.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it also says there hold shift to move the thingy.
Oh, so if you hold shift, it moves between them. Yeah, so there's our idle. Oh gosh, yeah, it's gonna kind of step with those legs open. And then it's gonna be like, no, we're going for a proper walk now.
Breathy walk.
And then we're gonna... The walk to run, it works nice. Stupid face.
His mouth makes it stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can't remember. We don't have up and downs on this, so...
Have fun, Spacey. Say hi to them.
You're gonna go see some wild horses? Bye. Okay. Bye. Farewell. Miss you. Okay, so just putting this, it blends it together. If we didn't like things, is this where we would try and move things, or? So I guess like
Yeah, you can perfect and find
this could be our movement speed thing, right? So I guess like if your movement speed when you're running is, let's just say 400, and when you're walking is 100, you'd probably want this ratio a bit different, is it?
Yeah,
So
I
so that you more quickly get to this animation from
yes.
idle. Yeah. And then if you want the full blown animation quicker and that the animation doesn't change based on the speed after a certain point, I guess you'd move this point down as well. But I think that's fine. Okay, sweet. We just say, would you do anything else in this, or would that be it?
Nothing else.
Okay. So would we make one for jumping as well?
No. I
Okay.
guess we will handle jumping differently. Not sure.
Okay.
But maybe with a trigger or something.
Right. Okay. So what
Yeah.
was this? We made this and we didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, so right click here and add a state machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I need to
place it
connect them or
on the
anything, or
left side so
pla-
you can connect them.
place it on the what side? Sorry.
Left of it, like change positions. Yeah, because like you need to connect the human figures. Yeah, those.
Right. Right. Okay. Just
Double
saying,
click the.
whatever the output of this is what the pose of the character should be.
It's feeding the animation info to the pose.
Okay. And the pose is just like we had in Blender, where it moves the bones and that by offsets and that, I guess.
And double click the new state machine.
Okay.
Okay. And here we can. I don't remember the step here, but we should have our.
Conduit or states?
No, we should be seeing our. Are we going to drag and drop the blend space? Not sure.
We can give it a go.
It shouldn't be the case though.
Hey, Mr. Coke. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm alright. Thank you very much. Very much in uncharted territories doing animation and stuff here as well. Thankfully, we got Brainerd here, who is also very like new to this stuff, but used done it once before, so he's trying to help us explore it. If you have any ideas in chat of how to do these things, feel free to get involved. But yeah, I'm doing well altogether. So we're gonna. Do you say take the blend space in, right? No, doesn't seem to let me. Could put it in the details thing, it seems, but not in the actual graph.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, no, it did let me. It had a cross on it, but it did let me do it. Interesting. Okay, so I have that now.
Very nice software.
Hey, Glory. Yeah, I use Unreal a lot, but I basically write code for Unreal games rather than use the whole engine very much.
Yeah, so here it's not very obvious, but yeah, you can connect the triangle to the intersecting squares symbol.
Yeah, standard. Okay, and if I double click that, okay, we've got a state.
So the reason why I said we could use the 1D version, here it shows us two inputs, but we actually need only one, right? So
Oh, it was on that graph, right? So just to we're talking about this is the X, and if we used any up on the animations here, we would have used that. Right, okay, cool.
So on the top right, you can uncheck the Y.
Yeah. Perfect, yeah, I got you.
So here, I guess we need to add a variable.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be our like character speed, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll need to somehow connect these or change that via the code.
So this variable is in animation blueprint, anim instance, and we will be reaching that variable in the code through like get animation instance and then cast it to this thing. Like skeletal meshes have their get an instance method.
Right. And then we, but what? How would we get uh, the variable? Because we can add dynamic variables.
Yeah,
How would the?
that's what I was talking about. We need to create our own thing. If we were going to like use the blueprint version of it, then we could reach this one, right?
Oh, right. But if we make our own custom anim instance, we can then.
Yeah, we can create our own anim instance as well.
Okay, I
Like,
see what you're saying. And then we could by default give it the properties we need, so we can change them via code easy.
yeah, and then reach the variable like get character speed
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
and attach it.
Right. Okay. I see.
I guess we can do it right now if you like, or
What, the code side of it?
yeah, or you wanna do it in the blueprint.
Oh, we can do blueprint first. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. If we're not, if it's not going to add too much time to it, I don't mind.
Okay.
Because it shows the two sides of it.
Like, what's the downside of it is the movement code in blueprint is less fun, I guess.
Yeah. But I do look. I aim to do that initially. If we can just get something quick out, and then we'll go to the code after that. That might work.
Okay. So that's it. We should also think about how to work with the jumping, but this should work.
Yeah. So we start with this first, then I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess if we'd need to. I'm trying to think. Do we need to make ourselves make
by
this
the
an
way,
actual player now, or what?
sorry, you also need to feed the animation blueprint into your skeletal mesh in the scene.
Oh, feed the animation blueprint into my skeletal mesh in the scene. Let me just find my pawn, skeletal mesh, and then find the animation blueprint in here. Oh, yeah. So instead of doing that, we then find the one that we made. Character anim instance. Yeah, we got it.
Perfect.
Okay, so if we save that.
So
Now, at the moment, there's no way for us to move it, right? Because we haven't done any control on it. So it's not going to... We're not going to be able to change that value in any way. And we're not going to be able to move this character around, right? Because it's just a pawn.
Maybe we should add a camera and spring arm to it as well.
Here. Yeah. Do you do the spring arm first?
Yes. And
then
it's
child
of the root, not the skeletal mesh.
Pretty sure I just wrote in spring arm component and it's not. I wrote it in the wrong bro. Yeah, it's of the root. And then to this, do you say we make the camera child to the spring arm, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So at the moment, this isn't a blueprint either. This is just an instance, but we can make it a blueprint, can't we?
Are we auto-possessing the pawn, by the way? You don't have the pawn selected, I guess. No. Do you have the root
like
one?
that, you mean? Yeah, thank you, dude. Auto-possess player 0.
So yeah, that way.
So this should be a side view. Yeah. Oh, look at the... I forgot I wrote my name in there.
If we didn't do that auto-possessing, it was going to use another camera that it creates automatically for the player controller.
Oh, yeah, okay. Cool, thank you for that. So we also need to make sure that this is rotated somewhat as well. So I'm trying to think, do we rotate the camera or the pawn at this point?
No, the spring arm.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I did add 2. It didn't update earlier. I'm not going crazy. I added spring arm. It didn't show in that list. I added a new one. Then it only showed 1. And now I've come back to it. There's 2. This, I swear. Okay.
Right.
So let's rotate this.
I like to name my spring arm 1.
Do you?
Yeah,
Uh-oh. What
I
did I just
always
do?
rename it and make it Spring Arm 1.
Mine is already Spring Arm 1.
You know.
It's a beautiful name. Just in case you want multiple. Okay, and we might want to get a slightly top-down angle, so we can rotate it.
I don't understand what Mystic Oak means by that question.
With Blueprint, can you manually input code as well? Like instead of inputting a node, can you go back? Yes, but you have to. You don't actually do it in the Blueprint editor. How it would work is you'd make a C++ function available. It has to be done in a very specific setting. So say that you have to make the base class that you're working on in Blueprint in CPP. So let's say you make a character first in CPP, then you make a Blueprint class of that. So you'd say make a new blueprint, base it on this CPP class I've made. And then what you would do is, whilst in your blueprint tree, you might say stuff like, okay, when I get this input, so when I detect space, I want to move my character's position up. But then you might want to then call something in code, like you said, can I go back to code? So then you would just call a name of a function that you've defined in code, such as on up pressed code or something like that. And then you'd write that in the code, and it can then call that code and then come back and continue execution, if that makes sense. So you can, but it's not very joined up, but you can do it.
Yeah, simply you add attributes on top of your attributes or functions in order to make blueprints recognize them.
Yes, yeah. So when you make either a property or a function, you use these specifiers in the code above the declaration. It's either something called a U property or a U function, and then you add specifiers to that to say, do you want this to be visible to Blueprint or not? So by default, it won't be unless you say, oh, this is something I want Blueprint to be able to see, or this is something I want Blueprint to be able to call. So Blueprint implementable event is where you make an event in code that you can call from code, but you define it in Blueprint. So there's both ways as well.
By the way, I just realized on the back of your head there are twins waving their hands. Hello.
We had some really strange. This was when we were blurring, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had some really strange symmetrical art come out of it. Yeah, they creeped me out a bit. Anyway, okay, so now that we've got this sorted, then hold on. I think we'll just keep it low for now. That's not a problem. Anyway, okay, sweet. We would need to make this a blueprint version of this would be. Because at the moment we don't have a way to code it, right? So we're going to convert this into a reusable blueprint class.